Happy Sunday, everybody. It is WTF right here on the DJB Productions Network. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell down below. Make sure you leave some comments. We're going to get sexy today. We're talking about swingers. That's right. We're talking about swingers, how sexy it is, and how sometimes it can go awry. But before we get into that, I'm going to just let you know that, hey, make sure you're saving the channel on there. Make sure you're telling everybody to come on and show us here, because we want to make sure that we're showing you the best thing we could possibly can. But guys, we're real excited about today's show. But first, let's talk about who we got on this show. We got my man Jason Leach.
WTF, good people.
Oh, yes. We got the very, very beautiful, sexy, alluring Chrissy Pino, everybody.
Hi, WTF.
That's right. And then coming to us straight from heaven, we have Brandon Smith.
Yo, what the fuck?
Brandon Smith.
How's everybody today?
Yeah, there we go. Guys, we have a great show.
Shit.
What the fuck? That's what this show's all
What the
about.
fuck is going on already?
You know, we don't even have to talk
I
about what
threw
we're
my
talking about.
hat on real quick. See that?
Go
Look how
birds!
cute you are.
At the end of the day, all that really matters is let's go birds.
Yes.
Let's go birds.
Let's go
Definitely.
birds. All right. So, guys, make sure you go on. Obviously, we're live right now. Tell everybody on Facebook. Come on, you can watch it right now live. But it is going to be on the channel on the DJB Productions Network. That's www.djbproductionsnetwork.com. So make sure you go on there and you want to hit subscribe, and make sure you're telling everybody where to go. And there's the link right there. Guys, we're talking about swingers today. Now, it's funny because we discussed these in pre-chats and stuff like that. And we're like, hey, what subjects we want to go over? And this came up, and everybody's like, yeah, let's do it, right? So recently, you know, we're now in February, but over the holidays, I was at a holiday party with Pino, and we're all drinking and stuff like that. And we're talking, and I get Pino aside, and me and Pino are like up against the wall. And we're like just kind of real close talking about the show and talking about what she wanted to get more information on what we were talking about.
Were you getting a hard on during that conversation?
I was trying to, but at 48,
I'm
I know.
starting to wonder.
at 48, it was.
You put a lot of detail on how close you were to me there.
I know.
Very
I'm-
close.
Just thinking about the conversation gives me a hard on.
That's right. I'm starting to show up
There's a lot of
myself.
distractions because, like, my wife was there, her husband's over there freezing, her son's taking his pants down. It was a lot of crazy shit happening at this holiday party, right?
This one's getting a fucking boner.
He was
My
in
Right.
diapers, man.
Right?
He wanted you to wipe the shit off.
And
his
I'm like,
ass.
so Pino, let's talk about swingers.
Yeah.
And so she's like, oh yeah. So she's like, so I'm telling her a story that I'll tell here on the show, and then she's listening, and her face goes from smiling. Let me bring myself big real quick, because she's like this. She's like, right, and then she's like,
What the fuck?
right, and what the fuck is like screaming from her face, right? Like her husband's like off to the side, and he's talking to, and she's like, and I think she said something like, yeah, we're talking about swingers. Hold on a second. And he's like, my wife's like, whatever fucking keeps him talking to me. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like it was really funny. But like, I tell her about what's going on, and she says, so Pino goes to me. She goes, so wait a minute, let me get this straight. So what this is actually like, I would be there with Mark, and like you would be there with her, and then we would do what? And I said, and what we would do, and I tell her technically what happens in a swingers party, and she goes, oh no, get the fuck out of here. No, that's not gonna happen. That would never, no, fuck that. No, it's not happening, right?
No, but you
Pino,
also.
you gotta
but
keep
wait
an
a
open
second.
mind on this
You
kind
also.
of thing.
No, wait a second. He was also explaining to me
Yes.
that, like, so he says to me, look around the room in this party. And I
Yeah,
look around, and I'm like, yeah. And he's like, so let me explain this. The people that are swingers, you would never know. They're
Yeah.
like just regular Joes, like at this party. And that's when I was like, oh, wait a second. what the
Oh
fuck?
no.
I
She's
want
expecting.
some, like,
No,
I don't want a regular Joe if I'm swinging. I
No.
want I want a dime too. No.
Pino thinks she's getting Rob Lowe. Meanwhile,
She's like, I want like a Paris Hilton or a
Yo,
Barbie or a
yo,
Pamela
Pino
Anderson.
thinks she's getting Rob Lowe. I said, you're getting like Zach Galifianakis, dude. You're not getting, you're not getting
No,
Rob
I
Lowe.
want Zach Efron. Fuck that shit. I want
Zac
Zach
Efron.
Efron.
You
Hey,
probably
I
you'd be
want
looking at
Zac
exactly.
Efron. What are you talking about?
There you go, right?
That's a good-looking dude.
Right?
Yeah.
So the funny thing about this is like as a DJ, right? I years ago I got a call and they said, "Listen, I got a party you're going to love." I said, "What is it?" He goes, "I got a swingers party for you." He goes, "One of our DJs had to back out; she couldn't do it. This is what she normally does." She said, "So I wanted to give it to you, and I know you're going to love it." So I'm like, "Yeah, let's look this up, right?" So he's like, gives me the deets, and I'm like, "Okay," and then.
I better get the invite.
Right. And so, and it's like Lehigh Valley. It's at like you said, it's at like at like a hotel somewhere. And they have like the conference room where we have like a reception party. And then obviously everybody books rooms, etc. So I'm like, okay. So now as a professional DJ, I said, I need to do research. So I started looking up swingers movies and stuff like that. Right. And I come across Zebra Lounge, right. Which is with one of those Baldwin. I think it's like with William Baldwin.
No.
And then like,
Put it back.
and then like, I'm watching the movie,
Excuse
right?
me 1 second. Hold
Go
on.
right ahead. So
What the fuck?
what the fuck? This is what the show's about. So I go on and I'm watching this movie and it's about this couple that are bored with their sex life and they're kind of like getting close to divorce and stuff like that. And they said maybe we should spice it up. So they said let's answer a swingers ad, right?
That's it. You need to
It's happening in that house. So it's like it's funnier to keep it on rather than to turn her off. So I'm watching the Zebra Lounge and like there's like really hot sex in this movie and like the people are hot and I'm like getting really like super turned on and I'm like, yo, this is really, really hot, right? These people are all having sex. Everybody.
Are you still jerking off to movies at this
to
age?
movies? Yeah, I was
like other than porn.
I was relatively newlywed. I was only within my first 5 years of marriage. You know, it was like crazy, right?
Okay, so you were still in the game.
Oh yeah. So I'm like, what I'm
Ready
picturing
for a swingers club.
What I'm picturing is like I'm there DJing and there's like flames behind me and there's like half naked girls clawing at my legs while I'm like over there DJing like this.
Flamers?
Yeah, dude. I was like thinking this is gonna be fucking hot. Well, I fucking show up to this thing, right?
I know where this is going.
Right turn, Clyde. Okay. So what happens is the guy comes over that's paying me, right? And it's him and his wife, and he introduces
He wanted
himself
to
and his
suck
wife.
your dick too.
Yeah, you know, it's like, you know, I hope you don't mind your tip. Hope you don't mind your tip because I want the tip. No.
Just the tip.
Just a tip. No. So the guy tells me, he goes, you know, so it's pretty basic. He goes, we do these parties all the time. It's a club and, you know, everybody knows each other mostly. He goes, so it's like it's a lifestyle. He says, you know, it's just very easy going. He goes, so play like sexy music, which is a great background for this. And like go in and like, you know, just like have fun with it. He goes, and by all means, if you want to join, by all means, join, right? So
hallelujah.
So like I'm put off by the guys. I'm put off by the guy's age, but I'm like, well, I still might get a good tip out of this. I'm like, all right, so let me think what's going on here, right? So then the funny thing was, I get a phone call like last second that the guy I was doing the job for, he was sending a rookie DJ up. He said, I need you to train this guy. So I said, you want me to train him at the swingers party? He goes, yeah. He goes, if he thinks we're doing these parties all the time, the kid will stay with us. I'm like, all right, fine. So he sends the DJ up to train with me, right? So I'm showing him how to DJ at a swingers party, right? So he shows up, and now it's very dead, right? There's nobody in there. All of a sudden, people start coming in, and this is where it comes into the conversation. Everyday Joes. The women that are coming in, if you can follow paint this picture for you, think of like very big women. And I'm not talking fat women or anything like that. I'm talking like big women, like football
BBW.
player, like football player build. I'm 5'11", I'm about 230.
A bounce
I'm
house.
all proportionate. You know what I mean? Like,
Looking like they can kick your ass.
yeah, they look like they can
Everyone can kick Dan's ass.
I mean, not like small little girls, not small girls like me at 4'11" that you want to flip over. No, just these big
No.
tall women.
No, these are girls that are 5'11" that can flip your
Sign
car.
me up. Where's the
You know what I mean?
application?
You know what I mean? Right? And then they're coming in and they're wearing like these little Mariah Carey dresses. You know what I mean by Mariah Carey dresses? They're like super tight and it's like showing everything. And they got garters that are the size of fucking like things you would put up in your shower for like the fucking curtain. Like there's huge, big women, right? And then like the husbands, some of them are big, some of them are small. There was this one woman in particular, she must have been about 5'10", right? And then she had heels on, which made her taller. And her husband was this short little round dude. Now it goes back to what Pino just said, about 4'11", 5 foot,
5'5", 5'6".
5. Yeah, he's probably
like
about 5'6". Yeah, a little bit like me. I'm getting around like that. But he's like, think of like a ball. He looks like a ball. He's wearing pants that are over his belly button. Like I'm talking gray slacks, a short sleeve white button up shirt, like you would see on an older banker, right? And he's got like the shoehorn hair. He's bald, right? Glasses, right? So now you picture what I'm picturing, right? This is a guy that would be like a principal at some
attractive.
school, right?
Yeah, it sounds like a cartoon character.
His only way of getting like Danny DeVito. It's Danny DeVito, right?
Gotcha.
Basically. So he goes around what I'm assuming is his wife behind her. Like they're all at the bar. Everybody's got to get tanked. Apparently, everybody's got to get tanked first before they can do swinging, right? So they're all at the bar. Like, and the bartender's busy as hell. Like he's pouring drinks. And the guy gets behind her, and like when you're in 7th grade and you do that long arm dance where you're like this because you can't touch each other. Like she's got her hands on your shoulders and it's like all arms are extended. That's what it's like.
Is that
when
like
you're
the
around her
train?
waist. No, when you're
Where
slow
everybody
dance.
lines up.
No, when you slow dance with somebody and you slow dance full arms extended.
When you're not
There
allowed
was
to
6
be like
right,
bumping
6
and
inches of
grinding.
sunshine.
I
Right.
remember that.
It was like that, but it was like there was a lot of bumping and grinding because like there was just nothing but
You get in the middle of
he
the
couldn't get
crowd.
around her, right? So this guy, he's so oddly shaped that he can't gyrate his hips like a Muppet. His whole body is going like this, right? Right?
Like a weeble wobble.
Like a weeble wobble, right?
Weeble
Like
wobble.
he was only articulate at the hips, if that made sense. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so that kind of shit's happening. And I'm trying to, and I'm watching all this while I'm training this DJ, right? And so I'm playing sexy music and I'm playing stuff like Erotica from Madonna. I'm playing stuff from Janet Jackson. I'm playing
Caligula.
sexual healing. I mean, anything I'm thinking of, right? That could possibly be sexy, right? And nobody's going to the dance floor at all, right?
What's love?
So finally, and I'm noticing, this fucking guy, and I'm noticing that the average age has to be roughly 55.
Yes.
Roughly, right?
That's right.
They're-
I think that it kind of starts for.
I think it, and honestly, I think it does because that's the time where I think you've
It's
lived
like
your life
they've
so
lived
much.
their
You're like, now
whole
I don't
life.
care. Yeah, I don't
They've
care
had
anymore.
kids. They're divorced.
Yeah.
They've got a new girlfriend.
Yeah.
This is the type of lifestyle that they want to live. They're like,
They
fuck it.
figure it's
I've
death or
done
all they
everything.
figure is death or divorce. So they're like, fuck it, let's just swing. That's what they do, I think, honestly, at that age.
I can't wait till I'm 50. Fuck yeah.
So,
I've been trying since I was 30.
right?
When I ran the board shop.
So this guy comes up to me, he says, yo, you think you could play? And he gives me a song, which would be like something I would play at a wedding, right? Because an older song, right? Like I'm talking like oldies, like Motown. So I said, fuck it, I'll just play.
Billy Lace had a pretty face. And
Right,
a
right,
funky
right.
tail with a wiggle and a walk. And a
Not
jiggle and a
the
talk
Big
and a
Bopper,
ooh,
but
baby, that's the one I like.
not the Big Bopper, but like you're getting close, right? Probably get an extra 5 years. So I said, fuck it, I'll just put on what I put on for a wedding. So I put on like Chubby Checker, Dion, stuff like you would play at a wedding, Brown Eyed Girl, stuff like that. And you would have thought I threw $100 bill on the fucking dance floor. Everybody starts coming out to the dance floor, right? So now everybody's dancing. I said, I can't believe this. This is like a Twilight Zone. This is supposed to be a swingers party, and I'm doing a retirement party instead. Like I don't understand what's happening. So now, meanwhile, I'm starting. People are drinking still. And the night's progressing a little bit, and now you're starting to see where people are interacting with each other, and like you're kind of getting a chance to see who's together because you see them come in, and then where they split off at and who they're talking to and blah blah blah. Now, meanwhile, the guy's talking to me, and he says, "Yo, I got a question for you." He goes, "What if like you're there with your girl?" And like, dude's like a nice looking dude, but the girl's like a train wreck. He goes, "Do you take one for the team, or what are you doing at it in that chance?" And I said, "I don't know what etiquette is." I said, "I have no idea, like what you do." You know what I mean?
So
But
does anybody know what to do? Because I mean, that would be my concern too. Like, what if the
Let
one
me
is
say something, Pino, if you were my wife and like we were going to swing, right? And and believe, I think every guy's saying like if he can get his wife to swing, like he's exhausted now because there was a lot of work that went into that. And if you're getting like Zac Efron, like you were saying, right?
Yeah.
And then like I'm getting like Bette Midler, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? And
I'm gonna be pissed if it's vice versa. Too.
and whatever the girl version of
Happens every
cockfucking is,
time, dude.
whatever the girl version of
Guy gets
cockfucking
screwed
is, that's
in
it.
every relationship.
Like if I'm gonna cock-block my wife big time if that was the case, because I'm gonna be like, "Oh, hey baby, how you doing? Hey baby, how you doing?" And I'll lean over to the guy, "Yo, she's got gonorrhea."
Yeah, he's got an STD.
Screw her. This is bullshit.
I've been drinking so much.
But that's the thing.
I can take
We had like there was a woman there. I remember like she was like maybe 5'1", 5'2", cute little tang girl. She was really cute. And the father or the husband, he was this tall guy, and he wasn't like bad looking or whatever, but like they were two totally different people. You know what I mean? And they were married, but they were like two totally different looks. And I was thinking to myself, like, that's like an odd couple to begin with. And to match up with that and say, "Oh, my wife's got to get with Herman Munster over here. Meanwhile, I'm getting this little hotsy-totsy chick," you know, like you could see where there would be a problem, in other words. Because you got to understand it, like if you're going to do this lifestyle, there has to be limits, there has to be rules, there has to be understanding between the two of you, of course.
You seem like you know a lot about this topic. Though.
Yeah, how about that?
I mean, are you sure like
Research.
down in Key West there wasn't some swinging going on?
I was trying to talk Pino into this the entire holiday party, and she just was not getting it. Meanwhile, Mark's over there. Her husband Mark is freezing, right? He's freezing in the house. He's got a jacket on with battery packs in it to heat himself up. Motherfucker looks like a goddamn superhero from CW. He's got this light jacket on. He's like, "Dan, I'm cold. I'm just cold." And I'm
She
like,
never
"Oh my
understood
God."
that you were just trying to talk her into it the whole
I
time.
said the whole time,
And
right?
she's just looking at everybody else in the room, and Dan's over there like,
That killed it for her. That killed it for Pino. Pino was like,
"I'm
wait.
here."
Because Pino, it was funny when I said that. I said, "Pino, look around." And I said, "This is what you get at these parties." And she literally looked. She went like this, and she looked around. The funny thing about Pino is when you talk to Pino, Pino gives you undivided attention. So Pino's like, she will look you dead in the eyes, and she will listen to everything you say, and she will do what you say, right? So I said, "Pino, look around. This is what you're going to get." And she's like, and she moves away from me, and she's looking, and she's literally looking like she's looking for something. And then she turns to me and she goes, "Oh, get the fuck out of here." No.
I did. Yeah.
I was cracking up. I started laughing my ass off. Mark starts looking at her like, "What are you laughing so hard at?" She's like, "Oh, get the fuck." I wouldn't.
Then
And
I
she's
had
like,
to explain. Then I started
Yeah.
explaining it to Mark.
Yeah.
What the fuck he was talking about? And I'm
And
like,
Mark's face is like this. So Mark's like this, right? Mark's like, right? He's listening to her, and he goes, "I guess." So it was like the funniest conversation you could possibly have. And then meanwhile, oh, there's some boy downstairs. He pulled his pants down. He's running around. We're like, "Oh my God, that's got to be yours," right? So, and sure enough,
so the conversation ended because I had to go with my son. But yeah,
We're all gonna get arrested if the kids start doing it.
yeah.
like the funny thing was that the kid was more willing than his mom. Because his kid's like, "Hey, it's party."
But we had so
My
much
son
more
likes to
fun
take
when we
his
were
pants
kids.
down. Yes. Okay. But, like,
Now it feels like we have all these boundaries.
And you know what? It's funny when you're at a party like that and you're having individual conversations and everybody's talking. The first thing you hear is something that's awkward. So, like, some little girl came up and she said, I think she said to you, right? I think the girl came to you. She
Mhm.
said, "There's some boy." She didn't know who he was. I think she said, "There's some boy down there." I at first thought she
He
said
was pulling his
that
pants down.
that pulled my pants down. I thought some kid pulled the girl's pants down. I said, "Oh my God." I said, I look at Pina. I said, "You better get a hold of it." Right? Like, so, and she's like, right. And it turns out, I think it wasn't that. It was that Mark just pulled his pants. Marky pulled his pants down and was running around. But that's the shit that brings you out of conversations, is this little goofy shit that's off to the side somewhere. And leave it up to Marky to fucking completely break the monotony of the conversation.
it
Completely.
sounds like you are highly upset that my son ruined your fart on.
'Cause I think I was getting farther. I was getting somewhere.
Yeah. No, we're getting anywhere. I was not. Nah.
No, once she looked around that room, she was like, "Oh hell no! Oh fuck this!" She looked at the host of the party. She's like, "Oh
I think
no!"
I looked back at Mark too and was like, yeah, no, I'm good with him.
Mark goes, he's your friend too, Pino.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right. So then, what do you do? Like, I go to Mark. I'm like, "So tell me about this jacket that warms you up." I'm like, what am I? I'm here talking about.
How do you bounce back from that?
Yeah, like I'm talking to your wife about swinging, and now I want to hear about your fucking device that keeps you warm in the winter. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, stop it. This is the guy you have to transition. This is why I'm a good DJ, because I can transition from one to another like super quick.
Yeah.
But so the party progresses, right? And now people are, because of the older music coming on, now people are feeling, and they're drinking and stuff like that. People are starting to loosen up, and there's a lot of dancing. And you're not seeing a lot of crazy shit happening yet, but you're starting to see a little bit. Like I said, people are trying on each other and they're trying to get with each other. You're not seeing like people like, "Hey, tag."
Okay, I gotta stop this though. Okay,
Yeah.
I gotta stop this now. So you're DJing this party, and this is what you're seeing. But like,
Yeah.
that's like a special event, okay?
Yes, it is.
So there's obviously like
Organized on Craigslist, by the way.
you coordinated this event, and like there's going to be some rules. But what I'm saying is sometimes, like, okay,
Mhm.
I never experienced swinging before, but like I
Right.
was in years ago. Like I was, I don't know, 20 something years old. I took a
Right.
trip out to Vegas with an
Mhm.
ex-boyfriend of mine.
Right.
And so we're in the cab, we're in the taxi going from like one location. I don't know where the hell we were going. Who knows? It doesn't even matter.
Right.
And we were talking to the cab driver, like, you know, place, like, we're 21, 22. Where's
Yeah.
the best spot to go for like clubbing,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
so basically, and so he did. He's like, "Well, I got this spot if you're into, you guys like to switch teams? Do you guys like to swing?" And we're like sitting there like, fuck no. So I
Right.
never was like into swinging. I've got that was probably in Vegas, my only time. Like, hey, what happens
Yeah.
in Vegas stays in Vegas, that I was ever even approached. And it was from
Right.
a taxi driver trying to get an idea of like
Where
what
to
the
send you? Right. Where
we're
to send you?
into.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
worked
did you now,
I've
even
worked in
back
the-
then?
Like the only swinging I've done is at the park. on
Now
the swing set.
think of it back then. Like, now, granted, like I'm sure you had an idea of what he was talking about, but like back
Yeah,
then,
like
if you can think,
swapping partners. That's
Right.
what swinging to me is. Like,
and that's
you're going
exactly
to a
what it
place
is. I
and
mean,
you're
that's exactly what
swapping
it
your
is.
partner. I
Yeah.
just know that I'm not in. Like, I was like, no,
What
I'm not doing
stops
that.
you?
That
What
was even
stops you?
like with any male, like any relationship I've ever been in. I'm not fucking sharing.
Is
My
that what it comes down to? Is that what it comes down to?
Yeah,
Like,
It's not.
now your partner is, I guess, for just the sake of argument, we'll use Mark because that's the most recent. That's the recent partner. Now you get Mark, and let's say you're in hedonism with Mark, right?
we will
Mark-
not be going to hedonism.
I'm just setting. I'm painting a picture here, Pino.
This is
Stop
it.
it.
I will paint a picture, right? I am too. I mean,
But no, Mark, you go to hedonism, right? And it's just the
Uh-huh.
two of you. And Marky's not there. Marky's being babysitted.
Yeah.
So you guys are able to have like a second honeymoon, right?
Okay.
and you're down there, and this opportunity arises, right? But now, what I'm going to tell you is that
Older, more mature.
you're going to have it might not necessarily be him.
No, if I see
It
that
might
the
not-
girl
listen.
is enjoying him way too much, like, oh,
but,
no.
but who you're with is like Jason Momoa.
Well, I'm afraid what he might do then.
Yeah, what, Jason Momoa?
No, fucking Mark.
Two
So
Jason
you're
Momoa?
wait.
So
You
you're
got
getting banged out by Jason Momoa, but he can't.
no. She's not even saying that. I think what she's saying is that she's too distracted to get banged out by Jason Momoa because she's worried about what Mark's doing. Is that right?
Oh, got you.
Is that right?
I,
that make-
maybe.
is
I
that-
just think the whole
I
thing.
want I want to really get into this
fucked
with you
up.
now. I want to
I
get into
can't.
this with you now. Like Mark gets a generic hot girl. We know what a generic hot girl looks like. A generic hot girl.
I don't care because Mark can get.
But you're getting Zac Efron.
any day, so it doesn't matter. So like
Zac
no.
Efron. Zac Efron's like, hey, Pinot
I want
Grigio.
Zac Efron for a fucking day. Like that's just like who cares? It's
But
like
Zac Efron is heavily hitting up on you and saying, listen, send your man over to that girl over there who I know for about 3 weeks or so, and I want to be all about you. Are you going to sit there and pass up Zac Efron because you're worried about what Mark's doing? That's what I'm trying to ask.
no, I'm not.
I am not pointing fingers to say you're wrong or right. I'm just trying to get into your head a little bit. This is why you're on the show.
Zac Efron. Well, Zac Efron's not like. I'm not going to get Zac Efron. So that's. not
See,
the
you're already
deal.
defeating yourself. You're already
Yeah,
defeating
yeah.
yourself. You're getting Zac Mefron. The guy fucking looks like him.
Yeah.
It's like his
It's
stunt
all
double.
fantasy anyway. So
Yeah,
you
it's
close
fantasy.
your eyes
Yeah,
and
just play
think
along.
that Zac
Yeah.
Efron while you're doing it.
That could look like Zach Galifianakis for all you know. He might have dropped. He did. Pino,
I
his-
don't see- I don't-
Close your
I
eyes and go, it's Zac Efron.
Jack Black.
Yeah.
Could, yeah, Pino. Jack Black could have dropped a roofie
Yeah,
in
but
your
that's
drink,
a
and now
whole
you think
nother
it's
show now. That's a whole
I
nother
know.
show. Closing your eyes and imagining somebody else when you're fucking your partner.
That will be on the
All
next.
way in the dark.
That will be on the next WTF. It will be on the next WTF. I promise you. That's going to be the next show. But this is very. It's very
just don't
interesting.
think. Okay, I don't know. I just know that like I am very. I don't. know,
It's almost like
it's
like
not jealousy, but it's
no,
like
but it's almost
territorial.
Yes.
Territorial.
but you're
Maybe,
very but it's almost self-sacrificing in a sense. So you're like, I'll forego getting this Greek god because I don't want Mark looking at a vagina.
How does he know? How do I know he fucks good though? How do you know if they fuck good?
They tell
So-
you.
Come on,
There's
you
a
Don't know
checklist.
until you try.
He comes with
Like
papers.
when you tell your kids to eat their food at the dinner table.
Pino,
Just
he comes
try
with
it, see if
Pino,
you
he
like
comes with
it.
papers.
If you don't have to eat it again.
The guy comes with
If you don't
certified
like it,
papers.
then you don't have to do it again.
He shows up.
But
He
you
goes,
gotta
listen to
try
me.
it at least once.
He goes like this. He goes, look at my abs. Here's my certificate of authenticity. Here's my drug test. I am certified. Here's my point of references on Google. I am good. I'm gonna rock your world. You're gonna look like like the Exorcist because your eyes are gonna roll back 3 times in your head. That's what's gonna happen. And you're like, you know what though? I don't want Mark looking at boobs.
I'm calling bullshit, man.
I'm kind of calling bullshit.
Shut 'em down.
But you know what? But I mean, I know Pino very, very well. And the funny thing is that the bullshit is pretty real here. And this is almost like I'm half-ass calling bullshit because I think in the moment Pino's going to give in. I think, but like, because Pino's got urges. Pino's like, all right, you know what? Sexy is sexy, whatever. But like, I think she's going to be like, oh my god, this is so good. Mark, what are you doing? He goes to the guy. Hold for a second. What are you doing?
Why are you
doing-
spending more
like,
time with her?
Dude's like half thrust in her, and she's like, "What are you doing, Mark? What are you doing?"
I think Mark would agree on that.
I want to get Mark on here because I think Mark has been like, "Oh, she's so full of shit. It's not even funny." And he's like, and if she does do that, he goes, "Mark is going to be pissed." I think Mark's gonna be like, "Fuck that. That's bullshit."
So, all right, I got 3 stories for you.
Go.
Here's one. 11, around 18, 19, 20, 21, and all the high school buddies and friends. So we were in California and like we just had all the girls, I kind of like went God, we've been together
Yeah.
for 4 years. We should just all start fucking having sex and like trading fucking boyfriend girlfriend. So we did a couple of times, and I had a girlfriend that my buddy Anthony and I, you know, kind of went with. My buddy Ben and I went with, like, and it was like,
So wait, you
it was all
swapped
good.
partners?
That, well, yeah, like, so my girlfriend or like his girlfriend. But I do gotta say, at that age, you know, feelings are different when you do something, and then like it's kind of like your relationship isn't the same anymore.
Mhm.
That's
After
the
you
whole
do
point
that
that I'm
without
trying to
even
say.
really-
Why I wouldn't do it. That's why
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, it
Yeah.
changes. Yes.
So
Well, I
Yeah,
think if
yeah.
you're making, but if you're making, going back to what I said before, though, there's rules, there's understandings and stuff like that. If
the
you're going to
fuck
make
the
that
rules and
step,
understanding.
you're going to
No.
make
Yeah.
that. You're going to make that step. If you're going to make that step,
have
you
a lot
are
of
now
conversation.
committed to. Yeah, you're having a conversation before.
Yeah.
You're sitting Mark down with a fucking cup of coffee and lights like this, and you're like, Mark, all right, now look me dead in the eyes, Mark, like this, and you're going to be like, here's the deal. I love you. I'll never forgo you for anybody else ever. That guy's dick is going to be in my vagina, mind you, but you're not getting anything because I'm going to fucking keep cock blocking you. I'm doing
When
it.
we get off of this, I'm actually going to ask him how.
I would love you to. I would love that too.
I need to, because here's the thing. If I think about his dick in some girl's vagina, I'm gonna fucking
Yeah.
vomit. So
I
no.
need to be on that
I'm gonna-
three-way.
I
Yeah,
would
there's got to be
vomit. I would do
there's
it.
got to be a
No.
there's got to be a three-way call.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or
On that.
hide the camera. Hide the camera and just.
I wish he was available right now because I would say send him the link and have him join the show.
Yeah.
I'll send him. I'll send the link right now if I knew where to send it to. Mark's not on Facebook.
He's actually well,
Okay,
no.
so I got
Mark
another one.
Mark is
I got
in
another one.
Miami right now, so
Yeah, I mean he can
he's
jump on by
busy
his
with it,
phone.
so
He
he's-
can. I mean he's got things going on, so he's not going to be like, oh, now I got to fucking deal with this on top
yeah,
of my
no,
daughter.
he's doing. Yeah, he's visiting.
You're
his
going to have him
daughter.
thinking, now what's my wife talking about? What the hell is she thinking about? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ!
Yeah,
I can't get anything. Ah,
that's exactly it. You just nailed him. Oh, you just nailed him.
I
That's
can't get
what's
anything.
going on now.
I can't get
Yeah.
anything. This poor guy. I feel for Mark. I feel for Mark. Pino's a catch. I ain't gonna lie. Pino's a catch. I love Pino to death. But like that. And let me tell you something. Let me in a positive light say that your ferociousness, and that's what I'm gonna say, is ferociousness. To say I'm territorial and that's my man. I find that to be the most sexy thing ever. Because let me tell you something. For a woman to love her man that much, to say I don't want nobody else with you, that there is no better security than that. And I applaud you. I do. I applaud you, Pino, for that. Now,
I guess.
yeah, no, seriously. Now we need to get a drink with a roofie in it, and then we're gonna get rid of all that shit. A roofie colada for the missus. No, but no, Pino. I mean, granted, and in this day and age too, I think it's people kind of like get away from what your moral
That's what
value is.
Yeah, well, like,
Yeah.
okay, you're, so much with going on, especially with TikTok and like
Yes.
everybody walking around half naked, not walking around, but on the TikToks and making videos and like they're half naked. It's really, it's hard. It's hard to be like that in today's age. It is.
Yeah. Pino's my number one subscriber on TikTok. I'm not even on TikTok. Don't you worry about it. Pino's like, Pino's like, wait a minute, am I? Yeah, I know. Did you see that? Pino's like, wait a minute, did I subscribe to his TikTok? Wait a minute. I don't even know. If she did, she'd be the only one that did subscribe, which would make her the number one.
Hey, I want to hear Brandon's two other stories.
Yes.
Okay, so the other one is when I was just getting together with my wife in the beginning of our relationship. We were going to a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert, and then we were over at Live and took pictures at the big chair. And these two other girls come walking up, and they would look like they were going to take pictures at the chair. And I got into conversation with them, and, oh, what's up? Yeah, you want me to take the picture? And, you know, just all like, you know, outgoing, social butterfly, you know, like I am. And then oh yeah. And then they were all like cute on each other, like grabbing, and then they were like, giving me the like eye and, oh, what are you guys doing? You guys are cute as hell. And she's like, oh, we're right over here. We got a place over at the Holiday Inn and all that. I just came out. We should go back to your place and have a couple drinks and stuff before we go in the concert. And boom, boom. And okay, yeah, that sounds great. You want to come up to our room? And it just like popped off like that. Happened so fast. And
Right.
so my girl was like, all right. So she was like, just kind of like went along with it. We go up over to the hotel and then one goes in and comes out and goes into the bathroom, and then she comes out.
Oh, what happened?
The lights went out and a guy came in.
I lost my panties. See, I got all freaking nervous about it. Happening right now again. A little reenactment. Holy shit. Got my anxiety going. And I was like,
Wow.
I come out.
The sensors jumped in and turned it off. Wow.
Yeah, so I, of course, like right there, ready to go, pull out my dick, and I'm,
right, keep it. We're on Facebook, guys.
Oh yeah. So we all start going at it and stuff, and then my girl, was like all about it and into it, knew what was going on, but then she comes in my ear and like whispers, she's like, I'm not using your ticket. We're not going on the show if we do this. I'm not doing this. Just got
this is your wife. Which
and
is
not
not your
at
wife
the time.
Yet.
It was
But
like
this is her. This is her.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
before, in the very, very beginning. And
So something inside her clicked and was like, I ain't doing this. He's enjoying this way too fucking much.
Yeah.
We're
it's like
done.
the girls,
That's what happened. That's
two other
Selfish.
girls, her boobs are fucking popping out. The other one's snatches. Like,
No, it is.
and
No, it
she's
is.
like,
Women don't have they lose a rib to make a man or something like that.
No, I think here's the thing. I think
and therefore they're
females
mad.
do it. Listen, if your wife, ex-wife, but wife at the time was doing this, she did
we
this.
weren't married, but yeah, it was.
Okay, why am I? So listen, most females are doing this. I'm going to be real honest. Most females don't want to do this. They do it because they think that their man, like in other words, oh, my man, I'm going to give my man an erotica experience and he'll love me more. Okay. The second you see your man, though, the second, and they want to like connect. They want to connect. And some females, they actually sit there and they think that is a way that is going to connect with a man. First off, for a man, let's get real. For a man, you're just like, yeah, this is fucking amazing. My wife or my girl is going to let me fuck another female, and I'm not feeling guilty.
My whole life.
Right.
Cheating. Exactly. So any female that wants to, a female can argue with me all she wants, but when a female says, yes,
really
I'm going to
down
do that with my man,
Well, you know what though?
two things are happening. One, they're insecure about themselves. They're very insecure about themselves that they're allowing you to do that. And two, they are trying to make a connection. And here's my thing, going back to what Dan is saying, why I'm like, fuck no. If my husband can't make a connection with me and fuck me and hedonism and throw me over backwards, and I can't have that connection with him, then you need to fucking go. And I'll just find another man. That's the difference. And where it's like, not so much like I'm loyal. It's that I have enough confidence to know, first off, I know I'm good in bed. I know I'm sexy in bed. I know what I can do. And shit, I know this.
Wait,
so if I'm with you and you can't do that for me, but the second, and it's like, I'm not really worried about what Mark is doing. It's more, it's more like, is he enjoying that better than when he's with me? That's the question that's going through my head.
Yeah, 3 girls.
Is he enjoying that stranger better than me? And I'm with him 15 years.
Now, what's happening to give you perspective? In his head, he's like, my wife is the greatest woman ever in the world because now I am banging this chick that's behind me right now over here.
Yeah, who is that, by the way?
That's Shakira.
I like her.
Yeah.
I like her too. She's kind of sexy.
Yeah, she is.
See, now
but
how we can do that.
But that guy's thinking my wife is the greatest person ever because she's willing to share this experience with me
She is get the
and come and come and come
violins are going.
and come
Violins are going.
Give it
and
up.
on February 14th, she's gonna have a dinner at Sizzler with
Get the fuck out.
Do you have a twin sister?
I
Peter?
and a balloon.
No, vitamin. That man is not thinking that. That man is only thinking like this feels fucking awesome, and I'm getting away with it tonight. That's
7-ounce steak and a buffet bar is in
I'm
your
gonna enjoy
future.
this because this might be the last time.
Right.
So Brandon, with your story with your wife, that's why she was like, if you were you were like, I'm enjoying this, and she was like, no, that's not why I did this. I didn't do it for you to enjoy it. I did it so we could connect.
Do you
That was
think maybe? Do you think
Yeah.
maybe it's somewhere in the back of her mind she thought it wasn't going to happen?
Yeah, I thought that.
And that's why
they
she
wouldn't-
went through
They
it?
wouldn't actually come out to like.
Right. You're going to go up there.
Like,
You know what's going to happen. We're going to
afterwards.
go up there and just have a couple drinks, and then we're going to go to the concert.
Yeah,
You think maybe that was in the back of her mind, thinking that's where it's going to
that's
stop?
probably what she was thinking
Yeah,
because that
yeah.
was the way. That was
Yeah.
our in.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And then
not-
it went too far. And then she
Yeah.
got into it because she saw you were into it. It's kind of like, you know, okay, you like sports, right? You like
and then all
Eagles,
of a
right?
sudden it just switches.
So
in
you're
her head.
dating a girl
don't like
who
it
doesn't
anymore.
like anything about sports, but you know what? They're gonna watch the Eagles game with you. And then like when you're married to them, it's like, no, I don't really like the Eagles. I'm gonna go head to the mall. You want to go
Yeah.
shop? You're like, well, what happened? You
Right.
used to like the Eagles with me every fucking Sunday, and
Yeah.
now
I never fucking liked the Eagles. I only did it for you.
and that's what that shit is. Yes,
Yeah,
that's it
for
right
sure.
there.
So do you get angry because she cock blocked you like in the very last second?
Yeah.
You get
that's why-
angry?
maybe that's why
I
we're
think
people-
a precursor. If maybe she said this 10 minutes prior, you get away with it. But like, to say, really, you wait till now? Like,
yeah,
you
when
know,
So she was in mid-
I'm in my most vulnerable.
So you were in mid Hummer when she
Yeah.
whispered that in your ear,
Yeah.
and
And you know what though? At first,
Out the
at
door.
first, that's happening. You're getting whispered in the ear. That's just sexy by itself.
That was and that was
Yeah.
another test. I would guarantee that was another test. Like, can
And
I
then
get
it was, did you really like that? No, of course not.
And Brandon was.
I did
The
that for
girls were
you.
about like 50
No.
years old, and we
And
were,
Brandon- and
we're
Brandon
about
goes-
27, and so they were like 50 years old, where you get the swingers, where they start to yell.
Yeah.
They
So-
don't care.
So
What we're
she
doing
whispers.
anymore in
Yeah,
life.
she whispers into Brandon's ear. We're
You're
not
gonna
gonna do.
die if you.
We're
do
not
this."
gonna do. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this. So then Brandon whispers back. It would be rude not to let her finish.
I'm like, she's already naked.
Like,
What do you want me to do?
how
Tell her
awkward do you
zip
want me
it
to
back
be?
up? Put her panties on?
all right? What's the third story?
Okay, so I'm in North Carolina when I was on the PGA tour, and we're out at the bar of the hotel, and we
Yeah.
get back. It's like three buddies, and it's ended up being this bowling team. So they were having like a
Mhm,
competition,
right.
bowling competition. So they're over there from Ohio, and it's like 4 or 5 girls, and it's like 3 of us probably, and we were like, "Oh, hey, let's go back up to the room." I was like, "Oh, you're trouble." You know, I was like, well, I like trouble. That's my middle name. And we go up to her room, get some vodka, and then she starts going down me in the fucking stairway. Then we get down to the room, and then the other one, right when I get in the room, come and takes me in the bathroom, and then starts going on me in the bathroom right when I get in. And then we come out. My buddies take the other girls back to their room. So then there's 3 girls left over there with me. So 2 and 3 are there
5.
on the bedroom. And then they're like, "Oh, I'm married. You're not going to tell your husband. No, you're not going to tell my husband. We're not going to tell anybody, right?" So we're all going at it. And, the third one is like, throwing empty beer cans at us on the bed too. And she's like, "Get over here. Come on, join the party." So that was one experience. I haven't done like the swinger thing, like with where it was all like good, but I mean, I have different stories like
Yeah.
this. that are kind of like, threesomes and this and like that's like so what you got to think like what your significant other is doing when they're out on vacation, because it's kind of like rules and no, it's not ever going to get back to them. I'm out here on vacation, and that's kind of
whoa, wait. Let's not.
Yeah, gears are turning on her head.
If somebody's in Miami right now, right?
Right.
I'm
You better
about to
not tell my husband. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, Mark's gonna walk into a punch in the face. The poor guy didn't even do anything, right? He's coming in defeated.
And how about bullshitting her and saying, "Oh, it's 9 o'clock at night. I'm in for the night. Good night." Yeah, right. He's getting ready to get to the club, and
yeah,
how ridiculous.
Oh, look at that! Look at her face. She's
Gears turning.
She's a Mark. Is out
Yeah.
in Florida right now.
Mark will be on the show next time. The Mark will be on the next show because he's going to be like,
a whole other show.
Mark's gonna be on a
Let me tell
phone
you.
call. I'm gonna be having a phone call with him.
He, you know what? You should have him set up a ringer in his room while he's out there. So you got the ring. So any time of the night you can check up on him, make sure he's sleeping and there's nobody back in the hotel.
oh, that's great. That
Oh
is
my
so
god,
great.
that's amazing. I mean,
That's so great. Jason, you have any-
you know what though? Fuck it. You know what? I'm going away too. So I don't know.
you ain't going to do anything. You're going to go away. You're going to go to the zoo and then you're going to go back to bed at 8 o'clock.
He's gonna come out there with a machete to
Shut
Florida.
up. This,
Ma'am, you're not allowed
no,
to travel with
this-
us on the airplane.
this-
you know that?
this woman-
My husband is cheating on me.
This woman is recorded on this show saying she would give up Zac Efron and Jason Momoa because she's worried about what the fuck Mark is doing. So you ain't doing nothing on vacation. Shut up. Shut up. You. Shut up. Jason,
I
what's
didn't say I was worried about what Mark was doing, and that's why I would do it. That's
you were
not what
totally.
happened.
You said I'm territorial, and the thought, not even the physical act, the thought of him looking at a vagina was like, no, that's not gonna happen. Poor guy. What if it was like for a medical? What if it was like a medical procedure? He wants to be a fucking
Just wait until you
an
turn 50,
OBGYN.
change your mind.
I mean, that's totally different.
Oh,
I need to be a doctor.
yeah. But she's like, Mark's not gonna be a doctor. Fuck him.
I'd be living on the line. I'd be living on the main line. That's totally different.
Totally
You can have
different.
as many vaginas as you want.
She's hoping that like, he'll get overstimulated and he'll just be like turned off.
We're
by
out
it.
of Delco. We're on the main line. Let's fuck them
Yeah.
all.
Jace,
Yeah.
what do you got? You got any stories, Jace?
Back in my younger days, I would have been more open to this. Like,
Right.
I could definitely see me doing the swinging thing with somebody I was dating.
Yeah.
But once I give you my heart,
Married,
like
kids.
that's it. Like
You know, it's funny. We're making a lot of fun, but you make a very good point. And I think for me, like you say, back in our younger days and stuff like that,
Yeah.
when I wasn't tied down to anybody, like you said, I wouldn't give a shit about going to a party and
Yeah.
hooking up with 3 different girls.
So
I
wait a
wouldn't care.
second. Why are you busting my balls over the fact that I said I wouldn't be able to do this and I'm territorial? Well,
Because
three of you busted my
So
balls.
I had a
about it.
girlfriend.
That's
back
why
in
you're
the
on the
day,
show.
too, but It was
Like,
just a
I was-
girlfriend.
Like it was abnormal for me to think this way.
Number one reason
I'll
why
tell you
people
what,
watch WTF,
Jason,
we want to see
I-
Dan bust Pino's balls.
If I was,
Yeah.
if I was no longer with Mark and I was single and I was in a new relationship,
Real quick,
today-
doesn't it look like she has
and-
handcuffs on?
guess what?
Yeah, or lingerie.
Because at that
Yeah.
point, it's like, who fucking cares?
She didn't even
Like, yeah.
catch it. She didn't even catch what we said.
Is it, what's in your
What?
hand? Pair of
I
pants?
said you look like you're
Is
wearing
that a
a,
G-string?
looks like you're wearing a handcuffs.
No, my sweatshirt's ripped. That's all.
Oh,
Look like-
No,
look
I
like
don't know
hand-
what it is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a band.
It looks
It's
different
not as
on
exciting
camera.
as we were all thinking.
I know. We were thinking handcuffs.
No,
Peter's like-
it's just
Peter's
a-
like, when I'm done this show, I got another show to do.
You can wrap it around my neck and make it like a collar and drag me around your house.
See? You got options, Pino. There's options. Stupid.
I seen the thing.
Go ahead, Jason. I'm
I-
listening.
That's all right. I seem to think that like on these swinger parties, there's probably like one guy and one girl that are like
Yeah.
a 7. The rest are like 3s and 4s, right? And
Right.
I think that 7, like everybody's going to gravitate to them. But there are
I give it a 10.
Yeah.
And if you're not right there on time early, if you're there too early, you look like too eager.
Right.
If you get there too late, you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
So therefore, there's that you got to find that right time to be able to get there and be like, oh, I was able to spark up a conversation and there's some interest and boom, 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 we can go. So you're right in that. And then it comes down to, I'm coming to this, I'm committed to this. Now do I have to settle? And I think that also is where a lot of like people that maybe try it and or say, no, it wasn't for me. You know why it wasn't for you? Probably because the experience wasn't what you thought it was. Just like it wasn't for me when I DJ'd that party. I was not DJing anything I thought I was going to be DJing.
So was there any swinging? So you just came back from Key West. Was there any swinging going on down there?
Aside from on a swing, no, there was no swinging that I saw at all.
The park outside?
Yeah, the park outside.
Bailey's and coffee.
Like I said.
Well, I mean, but you went with 4 other couples. Maybe you were feeling the vibe.
The best way to describe it is going to MTV Spring Break with people that watch PBS. That's the best way. The environment down there is so crazy, and it's funny because you have a mixture.
Who were the people that were PBS? You mean the people like your friends or?
A combination of it, and it's more like you're going down there like to party. You're going down there to see the bars. You're going down because the bars are very famous and stuff like that.
Okay.
If you're not a local down there, you're afraid to partake in anything down there because of you don't know. You don't know what's happening. Like there's one place that's on the strip that looks it's definitely a bordello. And this bordello, I swear to God, they're vampires inside the place because there's these young girls that are in like negligees and like bra and panties that sit on the porch. It looks like a porch you would drink Country Time lemonade on.
Yeah.
And then they lead you in, and then you never see people leave the house. So I'm like, they're definitely eating people in this fucking place.
Stealing their kidneys.
So you're afraid. You're really afraid. If you're not a local, you're really afraid to really partake in anything down there. Just for the sake of being sensible and being, and what have you.
Unless you know what you're going for.
Unless you know what you're going right, exactly. And then the other part of it is the people that are there that are like, hey, this is all cool. It's all cool. Sometimes they're so weather beaten from being down in Key West that it's like looking at a saddle that's on a horse.
Yeah, I've seen them types.
Yeah. Like so it sounds like fun. You have to go down there, I think, with the intention of doing that. It presents itself there, of course. But I think if you're a young single and you go down there, you're definitely getting into something. If you're going down, like we actually were down there and we met somebody that ended up being from King of Prussia, like local to us. And it was funny, like the conversation kind of stopped once she kind of figured out that, but she was like, yeah, me and my husband were thinking you guys were from like Michigan or something like that. And we were like, no, we're from Delaware County. And we're like, oh, we're from King of Prussia. And like, oh. And then all of a sudden the conversation's kind of like leveled off and stopped. And my one buddy was like, yeah, as soon as she found out like where we were at, she didn't want to shit where she sleeps.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Might run into you at the supermarket or at the
exactly, because you go all the way to Key West and you find somebody from King of Prussia.
Yeah.
Which was kind of crazy. So I mean, that was kind of an odd thing too. Like, you're going down there. I think if you're a single person, you're going to have a lot of different opportunities, different experience, etc. If you're going down there married, unless you're going down there with that intent, you're not going to probably partake because of the fact you're saying like this is a little too risky down there. If that makes sense, it's a little too risky. And I'm talking health wise, and I'm talking like you don't know what's down there. And I made it fun, but I really did not see anybody leave the bordello once they went in. So I mean, I don't know what's happening in the vampire place. I have no idea what's happening in there. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, and everything's so damn expensive that you're like, Like I barely want to drink down here, let alone, partake in anything that's going to be like so crazy that it's going to cost me money, so and so forth. I mean,
Right.
So that's the funny thing about Key West and stuff like that. And like you mentioned Vegas, like I imagine it would be a similar situation. Like you're out there and you're like, like I'm either going to be balls to the wall or I'm not doing it at all. There's no in between. There's no like, maybe.
It's like $500 to $1,000 to get a table.
Right.
And
that's my point. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. But you know what? Like I said, I applaud Pino for her tenacity when it comes to her.
Yeah.
She pees on her husband's leg. It's all good. It's all good. Smell it. It's mine. That's mine. Smell it.
Oh.
It's mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I got it.
Mark's like, I know. And Mark's
not
like,
a feline cat.
Mark's
I'm
like
using a Sharpie to sign my girlfriend's tits.
Mark's like, it's like tomato soup. You can't get that shit off. You know what I mean? Like, Guys, what a great show we had today. This was so funny.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
A lot of fun today. And although Pino was the brunt of a couple jokes here, Pino, like I said, you came out like a shining star on this. You did.
Oh,
Like
I'm going to pay you the compliment. I'm paying you the compliment because Pino really proves that there are women out there, and she made a very good point though, that a lot of women go along with it. They don't necessarily want it. There are the few that do, right or wrong. There are the few that do. They're like, totally, let's do this.
yeah. I mean, but
You
that's also a female that does not care and it's no strings attached.
Right.
And can say, I just, I have multiple. There are females that fuck like a dude. That's how I like to say it. They have no, they
No
have
morals.
multiple men that will.
And we have a comment section. So if you're like that, you can leave comments right down.
Yeah, please
below.
do.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Leave a number
Hit
too.
me up.
If you know Pino, don't bother because we know we're
But
going to
yeah, like there
she's
are a
all
lot of
about
females
Mark.
that are the majority of the females there
Yeah,
that don't do that. The
Yeah.
rest of the female population will do it just to go along.
right.
Just
And
go along
and you
to
make
make
such a
their man happy.
I think
I
that's
know
just
a
such a
lot of
great point.
females that have done. I know a lot of females that have done things to please a man
Right.
that is out of their
And let me
out of their like what they would never do.
Their
Like they
comfort
wouldn't
zone.
normally do it. They're just doing it to please this
Yeah.
particular man that they're with.
No, I think the moral would be that it's not that the act is bad, it's the reason why you're doing it needs to be under question. Does that make sense? In other words,
yeah.
there's nothing wrong with the physical acts and stuff like that. It's why you're doing it is what you're saying.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
'cause
it's a pig in mud. If like I had just had a girl
Right.
that would love to go out every weekend to like our regular bar and just
Yeah.
like set this up and be about it every weekend, that would be amazing.
Right.
That would be a fun life. But
Well-
instead, we don't go out and do stuff like that, and we come home and argue or, go to sleep or watch a movie and jerk off or.
I mean, this can't be
or
the new
get
relationship we're
like the
talking
same
about.
thing for years and years.
What'd you
Like
say?
it's like I just want to like switch it up a little bit and get a little bit more excited and exciting.
This
and-
can't be the new relationship you're talking about.
No,
If-
no.
If
no,
it is,
no,
he's in trouble.
Yeah, I
You're in
mean,
a lot of
Ready?
trouble.
Like the old relationship probably would have been more like that if I could have stand it, the bitch. If I could stand that bitch.
You would never know by the post.
I know. Well, there's a good freaking month of like, all right, I was like, yeah, we're gonna end up doing swinger stuff. It's gonna be great. But dude,
So real quick,
snorting Adderall and
yeah.
banging holes.
So
in
real
the wall,
quick, a
feeling
moment.
shit in my wall at 3:00 in the morning, blasting the music, and I got to get up at 4:00 to go to work.
Well, real quick, a moment of silence for Mark.
Poor guy.
Poor guy.
Nah, he's
Get
a
that
hell of a
ring.
Like-
Tell him if you got nothing to hide, you'll put the ring in your hotel room so I can check on you all night.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to let him know. Actually, I'm not going to let him know.
That's different.
Put it on
Guys.
the outside of the suitcase. It will be like right there. You can never tell. You know,
I think
like,
we're all.
Wolf
I
of
think
Wall
I'm
Street.
beyond.
Like,
I'm
it's in
a
that
little
little
bit
teddy bear
beyond that
eye.
point.
Yeah,
It's like
I
if you're
think so.
gonna fucking do it, just do it, and
She's
like
like,
leave
she's
me the
like,
fuck
there's gonna
alone.
be
Yeah,
no
yeah.
candy.
I'm a little beyond. I'm
all
beyond.
week.
I'm beyond. No. Like I'm way beyond. I don't. If you're gonna do it, I don't want to know. I'm beyond. I mean, 16 years later, it's like what
Yeah.
I don't know doesn't hurt me. I don't fucking care. But I'm not gonna do that with you with me. How about that? I
Yeah,
can handle more of him like being away and he
It's in
cheated
your
on
head.
me than you in the room.
So you're
fucking
saying there's a
fucking-
chance. So you're saying there's a chance.
So
Is what you're saying.
women actually, it's okay to fucking go and do that when you're out of town and stuff, as long as I
No.
do not know about
As long as you don't know about it, ignorance is
No.
bliss. So
No.
Pino said ignorance is
No.
bliss.
Ignorance
Tina
can
said.
be bliss sometimes, though, too.
My
I
girl.
gotta get going.
Yes, you do,
Yeah,
guys.
same.
Thank you guys for showing us. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Leave some comments, subscribe to the channel down below.
I enjoyed
Make sure
it.
you hit the notification bell. We got a new WTF coming out very, very soon, and we're going to be talking about that very shortly. So just stay tuned with that. For Jason, for Brandon, for Pino, my name is Danny J. Until next time, everybody.
Show.
What the fuck?
We're doing
guys.
shots. Next show, we're doing